What is up, my dudes? I hope we all survive the first week of the quarantine. We want to make sure that we can still get you guys some lessons for computer science 101 here. And this part of the curriculum, we're going to start focusing on Python. Python is a text-based language. Unlike Snap, we're not dragging and dropping blocks. We actually have to tell the computer what we want to do. And there are some problems that come about with that we'll all definitely run into in the next coming weeks. But because we have the power to put in whatever we want, the computer doesn't have the power to understand anything we want to tell it. So we'll end up seeing this error all the time, syntax error, invalid syntax. It means that the computer can't understand what you're trying to say. And we'll deal with problems like that coming up. Along with that, we chose Python because it's pretty readable. We can type out real words, and so something like print and hey. So we can kind of try to figure out based off of what this says what it'll actually do. So it's intended to be pretty readable by people, as well as readable by a computer. One other thing that we'll see is it's based off of tabs and indentation. So this is another problem we're going to come up with all the time. So if 1 is equal to 1, and then it has our code here, and you'll notice that there's this little line. This means that there's a tab that we've got going on. If I let's say variable equals 1, if I run this, I should have no problems. It was able to run. But if I go ahead and remove that tab, you're going to see another error that says indentation error expected an indented block. Don't worry about that right now, but I'm just letting you know that these are some common problems that we see with Python. Along with that, you guys are noticing that we're using this something a little bit different than the Berkeley Snap. Again, we can't drag and drop anything. So we're using this program called repl. There will be a link in the description below to show you how to set up your account. But the gist is we write our code here in the middle, and it outputs it. We click the run, and then it outputs it over here to the right-hand side. And we can actually run stuff here. So like, hey, if I print hey, it'll actually run everything one line at a time. So you can think of this right-hand side as when we click individual blocks and it runs it, and this is more of when we click, we have that when the flag is clicked, run this code. So that's closer to what this middle part is. So let's get into writing some code here. So the first thing that we want to do when we're learning any language is we want to try to display hello world to the outside world. So in Python, in order to do this, we need a function called print. This is what's gonna, you saw it over here, this is what's gonna put something out over into the results. And we need to give print a string, so we'll say hello world. So we have print, and then these open parentheses, and then we have a string here, kind of like with those strings in Snap, and then we have to close the parentheses to say that we're done passing in values to print. So go ahead and run this, and we see hello world. So what we want you guys to do is do the same thing. Try to print not just hello world. Why don't you try and print hello your name? So for me, it would be hello Brian, and try to run that. And once you do that, you're going to go ahead up here and change the name. I already have it to be hello world. Do that. And then go ahead and download as zip, and this will download a zip file, and you can just submit that to the Google Classroom. So looking forward to sending you guys more lectures, and good luck.